It's challenging to date when you have kids, only when you haven't healed from the past relationships. Now, when we move on too quickly into other relationships, while we never went down to ourselves first after the separation or the divorce you had. From my own understanding, when the pastor said to me and my husband that your family comes first, and na refer to the family that we are creating, the family that we have created. I feel about too oftentimes, they're just thinking family comes first. They mean your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters. That's necessarily not the case. That's not how it should be. It must be the family that you created that should come first. My spouse come first. My spouse come first in our marriage. This is because that's how I believe God has aligned it. Mudimuki in the pyramid of life, God first, my spouse, and my children. If banabatla pili, then I don't understand what will I be teaching my kids. It's important to instill structure in a blended family home. You can't parent freestyle. You can't parent. Today I give you sweets, tomorrow I don't. Now I can give you, tomorrow I can't. Have standard rules. Set boundaries, both you and your partner, you must agree on them. So that they tasting waters. When they go to mommy can give. When they go to daddy can't give. Welcome to Bond and Blend with Mma Letsoalo, a show that presents both challenges and joys of blended family lives. I am your host, Mma Letsoalo. Episode Yamamkla is going to be a bit different. It's going to be a bit different because I'll be answering questions that I got from Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please run. Do not even walk. Run as fast as you can and go follow me that side, because we're dropping dope blended family content. So I've received several questions that I will be answering according to the little knowledge that I have. The little knowledge that I have from my own personal experience. Remember, blended family, you can't just read it in the book. No, it's a life experience. I'll start with the first interesting question that I've got and I've received several times on my page. Why do you always call yourself stepmom? I'm going to keep this anonymous because I feel it might be a good thing to do. It might be a good thing to do because those that shared, they're not in comfortable space to be known by everybody. Why do I call myself stepmom? Or even why do I use the word stepmom in most of my content? This person was referring to the word step on its own. And this is why. The first simplicity, my content only have value if I don't differentiate by using these titles. And when I use these titles, I don't necessarily use them in my home. My stepkids, they call me mommy at home. They don't call me stepmom. But if they need to elaborate further to their friends or to anyone who's asking anything, they know who is stepmom and who is their biological mother. So that's the main reason. For content purposes, it's the best. And also, I have acknowledged and accepted my role. I've accepted it in a way that the step word does not bring shame. It does not bring shame to me and to my stepchildren. And it shouldn't make them uncomfortable. It sounded as if it's a bad word. We don't have any traumas relating to the word step. So it's a beautiful title that I carry with pride. and I enjoy every moment of calling myself stepmom. It also brings me back and reminds me, who am I? Who am I? Now, going to be comfortable with certain titles that you are not, will end up fall into wrong traps. So it works for me. It works for me best. And if you're offender while you following me, I am so sorry. It's not the intention. It's not my intention. Even trigger in those traumas. I know a lot of people are suffering from this weird step. Some people prefer bonus mom. Some people, they just prefer calling someone mom or dad. It's personal preference. Another one said, how do you share finances in a blended family? We necessarily don't share finances. I'll put it this way. Everyone has to do their job and how they know, how they can afford. Everyone has to. The mother has to do their job. The father has to do their job. The stepmother has to play her role. The stepfather role. So everyone has to play that role for the betterment of the child. Now, the other parent doesn't have so much money and you feel you've got, do that for the betterment of your children, for the betterment of the child. So, Mma Letsoalo, we necessarily don't have a strict budget, but all the parents involved, they know or they must play their roles. They must play their roles, and they are playing their roles as long as they are still alive. Omungwe urile, I am a bonus mom to my partner's child, but the biological mother is making things difficult for me and my relationship, and we are going to court, and I love the child, but at times I wish we could just love him from far, yet maintaining him financially. In this case, you cannot control what another person is doing. You can't control how they respond to you. You can't do anything about their behavior nor their character. The only sad thing is that you will have to run between the courts. But if that's what it takes for the betterment of the child, do so. Having to love the child far and financially maintaining that child doesn't necessarily help in the well-being of that child. I understand and fully understand that finances are very important and they are the highest needs for the child's growth. But emotions and support, being there present to your child, it's a whole different thing, which I don't honestly believe that loving them from far will make this child's life better. It will only make it worse. The only advice that I have for you, my beautiful lady, is that do what you can to support your partner in terms of getting their rights with the child. Now, we give up too easily because, yes, the other parent is not making things easier for us, but do fight. Fight, do not give up anything that involves your child. Fight for it. Stand next to your husband as the helper. Remember, as women, we are the helpers to our men. Support him, help him so that he becomes a better man. I don't think a man who's willing to be there for their child, they can be a better husband if they denied that access. So help him to become a better man. Mutushe ibe a better man because he's going to be a better husband. Fight for the rights of that child. Fight for it. As much as Nakongo you would feel, Oresh, it's not making sure, just fight. Fight for it. I really hope my advice will work. Omunga Are, please share any advice. My man has 2 and I have 2. Planning to get married. I would appreciate any advice. Your setup, it's more or less like mine. Your setup, it's more or less like mine. But here's my input, my advice. When you're walking in this journey of being a stepmom in this journey, a blended family. Walk her in knowing that you're going to fill in the gap. You're not going into it to replace anybody. You're not going into it to compete with anybody. You're not in competition with no one. You are just there to fill in the gap. And you have opportunity to step in and step out. If you like, you can do it. If you don't like, you can choose not to. So that's one thing I like about the role of being a step parent. You always have a choice. And when you have a choice of tapping out, do tap out. Don't just do it anyway. Then you end up hating the kids. One thing that we don't want as this nowadays step parent, it's having to raise kids that have childhood traumas, or having to raise kids that are going to paint the word step, got the same brush that was painted with back in the days. We're working very hard to change the narrative, be part of the team, and do it with your all, give it your best, do it with love, do it with kindness. It's fun. It might not be easy, but it's fun. Equip yourself, be a prayer warrior. Rapela, equip yourself, and then run with it. It's beautiful. It is highly beautiful. Don't compare your blended family with any other person, any other blended family. So our challenges are different. Our dynamics are different. Embrace yours. You can do this, Miss Kat. If you love that man, this can be done. Another one says, my husband makes it clear that he doesn't want my kids. Now there's a division between our children. You know, blended family begins the foundation of our marriage. And the husband, I don't think he necessarily have to want the children. If he wants you, he must be very kind towards the kids. Kindness is what's leading in a home. So do seek for help. Yang liboning the therapy, guys. This is something that can be changed. It can be changed only if you put in the work. Umutusha bone professional help. Hopefully it will work out. Remember, our aim is to raise kids that feel loved at the end of the day. Raskaba buncha separations in our homes. So try hard. Trying hard to enale habi le boning batho ba ka le thushang and explain your expectations towards the children that you came with in marriage. Hopefully, I can change his point of view and pray about it as well. Pray for him, pray about it. My husband listens to his family and they don't like me and the kids I came with. Ooh. You know, it's said that most of the time, reinterpreta lentsule wrong. From my own understanding, when the pastor said to me and my husband that your family comes first, and na refer to the family that we are creating, the family that we have created. I feel about too oftentimes, they're just thinking family comes first. They mean your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters. That's necessarily not the case. That's not how it should be. It must be the family that you created that should come first. Your husband having to listen to his mom, having to listen to his family, not even his mom, having to listen to his family, because it looks like he's putting his family first, his relatives first, instead of you you guys first. Talk to him about it. Also, if it's not working out, do seek professional help. Hona le di-therapy, guys, hona le di-counselors that ba re thusha when we know gore re zamile our level best and now we don't know what to do anymore. Someone else can come at la go thushe to find a better solution. And also, do pray about it. Omongare, who comes first in blended family, my kids or my spouse? Go tlaka-tlakane in my home. Oh, I could say remena tshela. And I will respond this from my own experience and according to who comes first in my own home. My spouse come first. My spouse come first in our marriage. This is because that's how I believe God has aligned it. Modimo ke ena pele kwa in the pyramid of life, God first, my spouse, and my children. If bana batla pele, then I don't understand what will I be teaching my kids. We have situations that we deal with differently. Attention at that time to go to the kids first. Not necessarily meaning they coming first in my life. They need my most attention daily during that situation. But your spouse should come first. I think also it makes things easier in a blended family setup. If your spouse knows that I am loved and protected by this man no matter what, or by this woman no matter what, the love overflows to the kids. The appreciation overflows to the kids. So put your spouse first. That's all I can say. Just try it. If you haven't, you feel like your kids, try putting on your spouse first and see the outcome. You might be surprised. I find it difficult to date when I have kids. Trust issues. It's challenging to date when you have kids. It's challenging to date when you have kids. Only when you haven't healed from the past relationships. Now, when we move on too quickly into other relationships, while we never went down to ourselves first after the separation or the divorce you had. So it's important that you heal, you completely heal. I'm not saying you won't be triggered, you will be, but when you are triggered, your responses are always better. So heal first, work on yourself first before you go back into the dating pool. Before you go back into the dating pool, make sure that you have worked on yourself. The trust issues will be easier to be managed. When is the right time to introduce the kids to your partner? It's difficult to put a time frame on it. I can't put a time frame on it, but not in my case, God whispered. Somehow I felt it. I felt this is the right moment. Some people do it too early. Some people do it too late. Baba dealing too early, they end up regretting. Baba dealing too late, regret, or the other way around. So it's up to you. How you feel and how you trust in your partner. And yeah, it's honestly a personal thing. How are you feeling about them? If you don't feel safe, kabona, you'll have doubts introducing them to your kids. But if you feel you are in a safe space, you are in the right hands, it feels good to be next to this person, then definitely you will always look forward for your kids to meet this person because you know they will feel the same. What should I look out for when dating a woman with kids? A woman that is a present mother. A woman that treats her kids with kindness. Because clearly, should you and the woman separate, you know how your kids will be treated. So pay attention on how she is raising her own kids. Then it will give you some light in terms of how will your kids be like as they grow. Please advise, my partner's ex makes it difficult for him to see his son fight. Help your partner to fight for his kids. Help him. Go to family advocates. Go to all these places. There are courts that are made for children. And there's children Children's law. There's Act Mamang of Children's Law. So I feel bad about it because I always talk about kids. I don't know why. It has to be this law by heart. But the law is the law that fights for the kids. So help him fight for his son, because it's for both their benefits, the son and the father's benefits, to have present relationship. Help him fight. Found a loving partner who has kids, Mara. I'm scared to commit. Skacha. I'm scared to commit. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And walking into it, don't check out what other people have been through. They lie to us. No, then you find the ones that we're asking the advices from, they know nothing. Or even they've jumped into the journey that's not theirs. Hence they struggle. Hence they have nothing good to say. Get in and learn in your own way, with your own partner, because you might find that very indeed, as you mentioned, I have a loving partner. He is a loving partner. He is a loving partner who has a baby mama. That's understanding. We also have that, guys. That's understanding, healthy, and have healed. The co-parenting, it's easier for the both of you all. My stepdaughter disrespect me and my partner do nothing about it. When I talk, it's like I hate her. It's important to instill discipline. It's important to instill structure in a blended family home. You can't parent freestyle. You can't parent. Today I give you sweets, tomorrow I don't. Now I can give you, tomorrow I can't. Have standard rules. Set boundaries, both you and your partner, you must agree on them. So that they tasting waters. When they go to mommy can give. When they go to daddy can't give. Have an agreement and a structure that will mold this beautiful baby girl, because she will continue to be disrespectful if there's no structure and if there's no family values. Guys, those things are important. Plug them all over in your wall. From your kitchen to all the bedrooms, plug the family values, plug the discipline rules, write them down in black and white so that they are visible. Or when you start implementing discipline and reprimanding, it doesn't come from a place of hatred. Are you not scared of being witched by baby mama? Yes, I admit, even in the Bible, it's the witchcraft. It's real witchcraft. It's the. But the God that I pray, and my faith in Him, has gave me so much power that I'm not fearful of the unknown. Whatever test that comes my way, He wouldn't let it succeed if it's not there to teach me anything. So I've never thought about it. I've never thought about Buloi. Because that will steal so much of my potential in being a stepmother. So I'm not scared. I have powerful God. Here's another one. My husband made another woman pregnant outside of our marriage, and I love him so much. I do not know what to do with the situation. Please advise. On this one, just if you feel you still have the strength to fight for this marriage, you can absolutely go for it. There is no any other challenge that can defeat God. If you feel you love your man, you want to fight for your man, fight for it. As much as you're fighting for it, do not forget yourself as a woman. Take care of yourself, love yourself, so that you can be able to detect what is wrong and what is right, and what you deserve and what you don't deserve, and what you can continue with and what needs to stop. In most cases, some people do succeed with it, and they bounce back to a healthy relationship. They bounce back to healthy marriage. Some people can't take it on. Some people will personally prefer to to cut it, to stop the journey and look elsewhere. It also depends on your boundaries as a woman. I am here, Mma Letsoalo, follower, to support whatever decision that makes you happy as a woman. You can fight for it. You can pray over it. And the test comes in many forms. So if it's worth your time and your energy, do fight for it. Yeah, it's all I can say. After all, the ball is in your court. In this case, I don't think any advice that might bring light into you. You know exactly what you want to do. And kunama kayonarabela, pray about it. Don't tell the person next door. Don't tell the person in front of you. Let it be between you and your God, because this one is the most sensitive one. It's sensitive, very sensitive. Ainyaki even your spouse, inyaka you and your God alone. And with him, he will always guide you right, as long as you carefully listening and opening your mind. That was our last questions. Guys, thank you so much for these questions. Thank you for the love that you guys always give me. I am not Mma Letsoalo without you. I am not this blended family lady without you guys. So your likes, your interactions on my posts, they mean a lot to me. They make me smile, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I spoke to someone. It might not be all of you guys on the platform, but if one of you have received this message in a positive way, or any message that I share on all my social media platform in a positive way, then I'm doing something. Then I am doing something, and I will only know when you comment, when you take your time to watch, when you like, and hence I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. From boteng ba pelo ya ka ke a leboga so much. Modimo a le dire ka go loka, modimo a le protectele nna, because they said it, motho ke motho ka batho. I am nothing without you guys. So yeah, this is how I will wrap up this video. I'll see you on another one. From me, Mma Letsoalo.